Good day, Jo.
Good day, Maurice.
So today we are going to share each other's insight about how we evaluated a message featuring a speech from one of TED Talks guest speaker, and that is Mr. Nick Vujicic. The video can be seen in YouTube and it is entitled Overcoming Hopelessness. So let's have a background information about Nick first. Nicholas James Vujicic is an Australian American Christian evangelist and motivational speaker. He's also a painter, swimmer, skydiver, but born with tetraamelia syndrome, a rare disorder characterized by the absence of arms and legs. As a child, Nick faced bullying and would go home feeling that he was a failure. At age 10, his depression led him to try drowning himself. But of course, he came to understand, though, that he was his greatest discourager. He was loved, and he did have hope for a meaningful, beautiful life. So, Joe, would you mind summarizing what this speech is all about?
Sure, Maurice. So the video Overcoming Hopelessness by Nick Vujicic was truly inspiring. So it talks about the importance of parenting in early childhood and the significance in overcoming the feeling of being hopeless, especially for those people who have conditions like him. So it's all about having a strong family support, strengthening your faith in God, thus finding your purpose in life. So he emphasized that embracing what you have is the key instead of focusing on the things you don't have that will only make you feel down. So from being hopeless to being the source of hope, that is Mr. Nick Vujicic. So now let's begin evaluating the message. Why don't you start off, Maurice?
No problem, Joe. So I'll start sharing my insights by evaluating the message of the speech first. So Nick tells us a message about not giving up. The circumstances that we would encounter in life, especially the trials and tribulations, should never be a reason why we are to quit life. Nick inspires us to keep on moving forward and quote, turn our walls into doors. In his speech, he teaches us how to overcome hopelessness in order to achieve big dreams. I love his line in the speech that states, if we don't get a miracle, we can always be a miracle to someone else. So, how effective does it represent reality? First, Nick tells us about his life, specifically the battles that he had to overcome due to his condition, and the moments in his life where he gave up and wanted to commit suicide. We know that several people in the different parts of the world wanted to commit suicide due to various situations that they think they are not able to handle, and they just want to give up because they are losing hope. I can say Nick's speech is really effective. It represents how challenging life can be, and that doesn't stop us to keep on moving forward. As long as we have faith in God, we can always overcome hopelessness, and that is reality. So, the message is constructed through a speech using the English language, and from Nick's point of view, he started to introduce himself first and what he has gone through that became the reason he lose hope. A part of the video where he demonstrated how painful words can be as he keeps getting farther away from a certain location in the stage that represents his dreams. But then he motivated the audience by telling them that he didn't give up, and because of that, he attained success and genuine happiness and a goal where he can be a miracle to everyone. The target audience here are those individuals that might find life difficult and just want to commit suicide. They would just want to quit. But and also as well are those people who are like Nick that has a disability and gets bullied. So, the purpose of the message here is to emphasize the importance of parenting in early childhood and its significance in overcoming hopelessness. The importance of having faith in God. It is meant to motivate people to keep on moving forward, set aside the bullies, and have will to turn walls into doors, turn the challenges into opportunities. So, as an individual, the message that I can perceive from the speech is that, like what I said earlier, it was inspirational in a way that it tells us to not lose hope, that whatever are the debacles in life, we would surely overcome it as long as we have faith. how it is perceived from others, maybe specifically to those individuals who are differently abled. It tells them that even though they are different and they may be called weird and painful words from cruel people might attack them, they should never commit suicide. Instead, they should focus on their big dreams because it is definitely possible to reach as long as they have faith and as long as they don't lose hope. I believe Nick made it clear and organized. The speech was stick to the topic throughout the whole time. It was definitely an effective technique in supporting the message as it catches the attention of the audience, making them listen until the end of the speech. The other ways of presenting the message, I think it can be through posters, magazines, or by publishing a book or by posting it online. And that would be everything I have analyzed from this speech by far. Now it's your turn to share your insights, Jo. I would love to listen.
Thank you, Marie. So far, my turn. Here is my evaluation on the speech, Overcoming Hopelessness. So, personally, the message really hit us to the core that despite having no limbs, he was still able to overcome his differences. To disregard what you don't have and focus on what you have instead, and use it to inspire others, to bring miracle to someone else's lives. He wanted us to find our purpose and, most importantly, to strengthen our faith in God. That no matter if we are blind, deaf, or physically incomplete, God will always make a way to let us feel the loved and that we are special in our own very way. Plus, the fact that the topic is so relevant in our society today. So, his speech really calls out what reality has offered to those who were like him, who was born with rare conditions, although and how they were treated and felt outcast in the society. Although we knew the issues about bullying and discrimination, but behind those footages and posts in social media, there is so much more than what we already know. There, his speech is really a great way of letting the world know and understand that being born with such condition was really hard. However, it was God who gave him the strength to move forward. Also, his speech talks about his very own personal experiences and continues with how he overcome it. He unraveled his journey towards finding himself, and that also makes his speech more effective. And I think also that his speech is very relatable. It doesn't only limit to a group of people, but I think all people could relate to it, especially those parents, the students, especially those people who were born with such rare conditions, thus delivering his purpose of which is informing everyone how to overcome hopelessness and the feeling of not being enough and how to fully embrace yourself despite lacking in some aspects. It also helps that he delivered his speech simply and he really stuck to that topic, making the message conveyed effectively. It was effective to the point that the audience were able to grasp the idea or the message he wants to deliver. It was clear the emotions and his experiences made it more amazing. And I also think that the other ways that the message could be conveyed aside from presenting a speech through online platforms could be in the form of advertisements, magazines, or billboards, which can be seen by many people as it could also raise awareness and it can be a form of uplifting one another. So that's my evaluation and thank you.
Okay, I can see that we have similarities in the way we evaluated the message as well. Thank you for sharing it with me, Jo. Indeed, it was fun.
It's also my pleasure to talk and share my insights with you, Maurice. And no doubt, Mr. Nick Vujicic's story or speech is truly inspiring. And I hope that everyone can learn to fully embrace and accept their self, and for us that will all be kind in treating others and be sensitive enough. So that's it. Thank you, Maurice, and have a great day ahead.
Have a great day as well, Jo.